Welcome to this extra episode of the Rocketwoman show. You were expecting a normal episode in the universe where I talk to Magic Kathy's friend, Lisa, and unfortunately we were not able to record that yet because of time issues, and maybe also because of Mercury retrograde. Always works to blame that planet or others. And I thought I'll just quickly record a solo episode and see if something useful comes out of this. Since I'm not really a great person to do solo episodes, I've found. There's this thing where all of my wisdom comes out best when somebody pulls it out of me. And just talking alone doesn't give me the response, usually, that leaves me satisfied. So I'm trying to follow my natural flow here. And if you followed me for a while, I guess you're used to inconsistency in my delivery. And that's not something I'm very comfortable with. It's something that I had a hard time accepting, that I'm not that predictable and that it's not so easy for me to follow a routine that is always delivering the same results in the same time that people were told that I would deliver it. And it's something that I'm coming to terms with, because it's easier for me to now just go, well, I'm 49, so maybe I should just lean into that and see what happens when I allow these things to just come when they're truly inspired, rather than when I said I would deliver. It's not something that's so easy for me. As you know, in this world, we go by productivity and we go by consumption. So, when you fail to deliver, especially with the short attention span that's going on these days, you're told that you as a creator are easily forgotten. And we now rely a lot more on social media. So not having a constant content creation online and predictably available means that probably I'm not featured that much, and people just don't really have the opportunity to find me and my work. So that's something that I needed to really embrace, to allow for something else to kick in. And that is truly what I believe I'm here to do, just allow the natural flow of the universe coming through me, my soul, the energy, my awareness and my consciousness, to speak when I'm truly inspired, and to really allow these things to be in the moment. I wonder if you guys can relate to that. It's becoming faster and faster, the way that we consume content online and the way that we just swipe past things that take longer than a minute. And I just believe that, especially in times when things are speeding up so much, I feel very comfortable in slowing down. So it's not that I don't trust the process. It's really more of a process that I would like to share with you now, because if you listen to me, then that means that there is something that resonates for you. So and what I observe is also that people really need the permission to slow down these days, with everything going so quickly and so fast. And it's just this constant stream of content, but then also the internal content of overthinking and the whole mental imbalances that torture humanity at the moment. I think it's something that I'm observing within myself, that it's so important to give myself permission and to be that permission. So rather it's coming from the doing part, where we're still externalizing. We're still very much in the externalized projection and expectation loop, bringing us back to the understanding of that inherent gift that wants to work through us. And I think like my recent months have been a great example of that. So coming from wanting to restart my coaching practice and put the main focus of my life on that, and really thinking that it's that value of being the coach Sandra that I bring to the table, and whoever works with me can tap into that for themselves. So it was my idea that it only works like that. I can only really deliver the value of my presence through the work of being a coach. And it just didn't flow in the way that I had expected it. Or that I would have wanted it to. So it was a coming to terms with that, coming to terms with the fact that maybe a dream that I was having for a long time wasn't going to work out. And life forces us these days to also just come up with new solutions. So yeah, it was I think around about the beginning of this year when I realized I also wanted to be more present in real life and be more present in bringing myself and my views and my wisdom into people's orbit, And I think doing the podcast, of course, is one option or one way of doing that. But I also felt so much urge to participate again in everyday life that I hadn't done over the past years, because I was really very much internalized in my own process of awakening and realization. So yeah, the call to participate in life just got louder and louder. And again, since my practice didn't really take off in a way that, we're told now on social media, you just manifest that life, right? You just manifest it, you create that life, and you make that dream a reality. And what happens if we don't? Do we have alternatives? Do we have options? Yeah, and that was also really interesting for me to just observe what was happening internally, and being able to switch gears so quickly and saying like, okay, quite clearly something else is demanded from me now to be present with. So taking a step back and really looking at where do I want to be now, it was definitely clear I wanted to be in life. So finding a job, or in this case, all of a sudden finding myself having two jobs, in hospitality and also in retail, made me see that the standard that I was having of delivering my wisdom through the work of being a coach was very single-minded. Being able to see that actually me being fully present with who I am, bringing myself to be available for interactions in real life, was just as fulfilling. That was really interesting for me. It was very interesting for me to just be in the observer role, what wanted to flow through me rather than what I thought I needed to deliver. So it's a complete switch from trying to externalize, project outwards what I thought I needed to contribute, to internalizing it and just bringing myself to the equation. I'm not sure if you get my meaning, but yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. And still, of course, loving the work of being with people that are on their path of becoming more aware, being more mindful of their energy, their consciousness and awareness. That's always something that will make my heart sing and make my soul jump for joy. But to not throw it in German, we've got this saying, throw it in front of pigs. I'm not forcing anybody anymore to see the value of that, rather than just really saying I'm being that no matter what I do, no matter where I am. Whoever wants to tap into that will see that and will be present with it. So that's really how it works these days for me. Yeah, and the podcast oftentimes I thought of, how do I stay in the flow with delivering this content for you? Yeah, being a reliable creator of these episodes. Yeah, and now just really saying I'm going to fill the episodes with content when it flows. And when it doesn't, I won't force it. Yeah, I wonder how you guys are doing with the energies and how things are shifting for you. I'd really love to also hear from you, so maybe you just want to drop me a note, drop me a message, send me a mail to hello@thezincubator.com. I always love to have these interactions and see how it all lands for you. I mean, for all I know, I could just be speaking to myself here, which is also fine, doesn't really matter. This is not about a massive audience, It's just about having something out there that can be tapped into if one so chooses. Yeah, so that was that. Just a short episode from me today. A bonus universe, if you will. And I will be back with a recording of the expected episode with Lisa. We'll be doing that next week. I expect to do it next week, let's put it this way. But I also promise myself and I promise you that I'll always be very true to what the moment demands of me. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're flowing with what is for you. And I'd love to hear from you what inspires you. So maybe you just want to give me a feedback of what you want to hear. And sending you so much love. Bye for now.